the concept of choosing the bed bug as your central character,
Okay.
I mean, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you probably want to introduce that to children.
Yes, that was exactly what I wanted
Because
to do.
children, once they begin to read a book, they're asking all sorts of questions.
Yeah.
You know, so they read bed bug, they're asking what is a bed bug,
Yeah.
you know, and so on.
Yeah.
Is that the idea behind it?
Yes, yes. I have a nephew who asked his father, he said, "Dad, what's a bed bug?" His name is Wayne. And his father said, "You know what? Bed bugs are insects living in crevices. They live in secret places. You know, they live in chairs, in your armchairs, in nooks and crannies of places where people sit." And then when he wanted to continue to probe, my uncle told him, "Hey, I think it's time to go to bed." And that was how he just shut him up.
Apart from those who publish books that are used as textbooks in schools, who mass produce those books and sell to those compulsory texts in schools and so on, people like you who write A Taste of Royal Blood and so on, what kind of success do you experience in the market? Let's talk purely business terms now, because you're a publisher and not just a writer.
Yes.
You know, what kind of success do such writers like you, experience in the market in terms of sales?
I just want to see it as a challenge, and to every challenge, definitely you would come over it someday. Now, a lot of people, when they see this book, they're like, "Oh, I like the quality, it's colorful and all that." But they're not willing to pay the price for the book. Now, I was hoping that as soon as I get my book printed, the entire print will just, at the snap of my finger, and people will be like, "Oh, I think, give me 50 copies, give me 100 copies," and all that. But it hasn't been like that.
That has not been your experience.
I've had to persuade people.
And that experience is common with, I mean, other writers like yourself in Nigeria. Why? What's the problem?
I think,
is it the value? Is it a poor value for books, or is it the economic situation? People are incapable of buying, paying the amount required to get books like this. What's the problem? Where lies the problem?
the number one problem is the reading culture. We still need to tackle that. As long as the reading culture is not worked on, we will...
So the problem is the value?
Yes, because if you're a books person, you're a books person. I've been collecting storybooks right from when I was 17. Sometimes when I get money to buy chocolates and all that, I've been gathering storybooks for as long as, I don't know, maybe 15 years now. Okay. I have them all in my house. Now, they are children's storybooks because that is what I want to do. I want to see how it is done. I want to see the kind of quality that I'm looking for and all that. But if that is not addressed, coupled with the economic situation.
Okay, now you make it sound like the problem is with the children.
No.
Because your primary target here is not, you're not trying to sell this to the kids.
Yes.
You want the kids to read it, but you're not trying to sell this to the kids. You're trying to sell this to the parents.
Yeah, the kids don't even have the money to pay
because the kids don't have the money to pay for it. Yes. You know, so the cultural problem we have here is with the parents.
You know, in the course of doing this project, I came across some things, and I was told that there are schools that are classified. I mean that schools are classified into two. That there are low-cost schools and there are schools that are expensive. Now, that if I'm going to take the book to the low-cost schools, I really, really need to reduce the price.
I'm trying to understand this. Can we also blame publishers, again, people like you, in terms of the kind of strategies you deploy in marketing and selling books like this? Is there a problem with the way these books are sold?
I do nothing.
Because I know that there is a poor distribution system
Yes.
when it comes to distributing books across the country.
Yeah.
It's a big headache. So, can we also blame publishers?
We can't blame publishers because if we say we would decide to blame the publishers, then I would say that we're not being fair. Because, take for instance, look at the issue of piracy. Now, I was with someone who said jokingly, I think I need to pirate this book. And I just gave
This book.
And I just gave the person a cold stare.
Oh my.
Apparently he was joking, but you know, such jokes don't sound well. Now, if there's a good book and people are not willing to pay for it, and there's no system on ground to help with the circulation of such books,
Okay.
it's the publisher that suffers the loss.
Okay, so first of all, there's no demand. So we can't even begin to talk about the problem of circulation and distribution.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
It's a subject that worries me.
Yes.
You know, it worries me a lot because, you know, when we talk about the creative economy globally now, you know, we hap on oil and gas. Imagine the kind of income we can generate, you know, for people like you, thousands of people out there who create things like this. You know, they create stories for children, they create all sorts of products, you know, that can educate children and so on. If we have a culture that doesn't value those kind of products and those kinds of services or creations, then we are losing a lot.
Yes, we are. Really. We are, and it's pathetic because if we keep on recycling these same things, then we may end up getting into trouble.
You are the trailblazers, and you have to make this happen. You have to push it and make it happen for us in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Ariyo, for joining us on the Channels Book Club.
You're welcome.
Well done. Good work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.